Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric, and we're going to be playing another game of Digital Diamond Baseball 2017 replay, or as played, once we catch up to the season, and eventually maybe even play into the future. Anyway, so today's game is going to be from, let's see here, it's going to be from April 20th of 2017, and let's see here, you already know what video it is because you're looking at the title of the video. I gotta remember which one I was gonna pick here. So let's see here. Let's actually just go right to the schedule so I can remember. So these are some of the highlights, as you can see. Let me see if I remember. Yeah, okay, here it is. I'm gonna play the Cleveland at Minnesota game, and closer Brandon Kinsler looks to shut the door one more time. So if you look at the stats here, as far as saves leaders, Brandon Kinsler is leading the league with 7 saves, and Minnesota is actually doing well. If you look at the standings, they are in first place with a 10-5 record, and Cleveland's struggling a bit now, which I believe that's exactly what happened in the regular season. As Minnesota got off to a fast start, and Cleveland struggled a little bit before they finally got it together and started to, because I think right now Cleveland's in first, Minnesota's in second, just a little bit behind Cleveland, currently in June, and Kansas City's in third, last time I looked. So yeah, so that's pretty cool the way it started. It started it's very similar here. Now, you can go to the schedule and start the game, but I believe you can also go, I'll show you something else you can do, is you can go right here and start the game right here. No, guess not. I thought you could. Anyway, I know here you can look at the box scores if you click on them. See, that stuff you can do. Well, maybe not there. Yeah, here you can click on the box scores. So that's pretty cool. So recent events. So who's hot goes to right to the batter or the pitcher, and then recent events go to the box score. These I guess you can't do because they haven't started yet. So alright, so let's go to the scheduled game for today, which is going to be April 20th, 2017. So we're moving along the season quite well. Getting quite a few games done, and I definitely love the speed of this game. You can definitely do stuff fast, and you can pick and choose what you want to do, and the AI is really good and overall. And I don't know, I'm just really enjoying this game. Definitely for 20 bucks. Digital Diamond Baseball version 6 is where it's at, in my opinion. I know Al, Red Sox fan, loves the game too, and definitely a great game. Definitely pleased with it. I'm gonna actually be doing my draft league, which finally is getting started after a couple months of delay because of the guy who set it up has sons that are playing like high school ball and stuff, and I guess he got tied up with that. But now their season's over, and actually decided I was going to go with Inside Pitch, but I've decided to go with Digital Diamond Baseball and try that out for simulation purposes. And the organizer of the league is going to be using this game too, along with his sons, this game, and he has gotten the season rosters all set for me for all the other teams, so that way I can just download them from the file he gives me and start up the season, which is going to be cool. So a lot less labor and stuff like that, but it'll be interesting to see how a draft league team plays in this. So alright, so here we go. So let's find the Cleveland Minnesota game right here, and it's going to be Carlos Carrasco for Cleveland going up against Kyle Gibson for Minnesota, and these are the actual records so far in the season through 4 weeks of the season. So I'm not going to even, I'm just going to go with, I'm going to mention them right here, but when we start the game, you'll see exactly what they've done so far in the season, and these are the lineups for each team. So alright, so set lineups, and I'm going to manage the home team, which is Minnesota. And so that is your lineup for Cleveland right here. Edwin Carrasco is leading off. That's interesting. And he's going to play first base, and Carlos Santana is the DH today. Okay. And then here's the lineup for Minnesota. Again, both teams have the catcher. No, actually, this team has the catcher leading off. Yeah, and Dozier's batting went 6. That's kind of interesting. Sano, I can see that, but Dozier, I would put him higher up in the lineup. But these are based upon statistics and everything, so this is what the computer does. Has a certain formula, I guess, to put the lineup together. Like Joe Mara's way down here because he's not actually doing that well. He probably isn't doing that well in the replay too, so yeah, he's not doing too bad. But in real life, he was only hitting 225 at this time, so that's maybe why they put him down there. I think it's going by the real life stats. So alright, so let's get the game underway. And once again, lower the volume there. So alright, so Kyle Gibson takes the mound for Minnesota. And these are his real life stats. You can see it's an ERA of 8.06, 0-3 record, so he struggled so far the actual season through 4 weeks. And in the replay, done a little bit better, 1-1 with an ERA of 4.97. You can see these stats here. I'm not going to read them off. I have been, but it's just too many. So you can see them there and how he's done against lefties and righties. So alright, so the lineup for the Cleveland Indians is as follows. Edwin Encarnacion will lead it off and play first base. The second baseman, Austin Jackson, bats second. Francisco Lindor, the shortstop, will bat third. Batting cleanup will be the second baseman, Jose Ramirez. The left fielder, Michael Brantley, bats fifth. Abraham Almonte, the right fielder, bats sixth. Carlos Santana, way down there at 7th spot, will DH. Behind the plate, Yan Gomes, the catcher, and then batting ninth, third baseman Yandy Diaz. So leading off will be Edwin Encarnacion. So in real life, he was hitting 200 with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in through 4 weeks. And he's hitting 236 with 2 homers and 3 runs batted in. So a bit of a slow start for Encarnacion, who just gets signed via free agency by the by the Cleveland Indians, coming over from Toronto, where he's had a bunch of great seasons. So I'm definitely glad to see, as a Red Sox fan, out of the AL East. So here we go. Gibson looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. He'll need a 614 and above to get on, and he draws a walk. So that's how we'll start. Okay, Austin Jackson up now. He's hitting 226 in the replay with a homer and 2 runs batted in. He had 267 with a homer and 2 runs batted in the replay through 30 games, approximately 30 games through 4 weeks. So Encarnacion gets the lead. Here's the pitch to Austin Jackson. 612 and above will get him on. And it's a 625. He doesn't get the lead. And he walks also. So Encarnacion is unable to get the timing down and he has to stay put. But Jackson draws a walk and it's first and second, nobody out for Francisco Lindor. In real life, he's hitting 309 with 7 homers and 17 runs batted in, so he's neck and neck with Elvis Andrus for Texas. And in the replay, his average-wise, he's hitting 381 with 4 homers and 16 runs batted in. So he's got a good opportunity here to put Cleveland on the board early. 561 and above, he'll get on. It's almost a 50% chance. He does not get the jump. And he's got himself a single, 726. And will Encarnacion come around the score? He tries to go home, and the throw by Kepler, and Castro tags him out. So, wow, risky play with nobody out. Encarnacion is thrown out at the plate by Kepler. So, great throw by Kepler. And Castro tags him out. So, Jackson move up to third. Lindor holds at first. So, runners at the corners with 1 out now after a great play by the Minnesota outfield. So, it brings up Jose Ramirez. He's hitting .236 with 5 homers and 15 runs batted in, so he's got some good power numbers there so far this season. And in the actual season, he would hit .330 with 6 homers and 21 runs batted in. So his power numbers are there. His average is a bit low right now. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks' games. So here's the windup by Gibson and the pitch. You need a 541 and above, so he'll walk. So Cleveland's got a lot of great, I don't know if it's just the pitcher it's himself, but the batters is just a little bit above 500 will get him on base. So definitely some high on base percentages there, which is why they're the defending AL champs. Okay, so let's see. So that'll load the bases. And the Minnesota dugout is not happy. And home umpire issues a warning. So Lindor advances to second. So the bases are now loaded for Michael Brantley. In real life, he is hitting .308 with 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. So some great power numbers so far for Cleveland. Hitting just .227 with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. Let's see what he can do here. The bases loaded and 1 out. 578 and above, and it'll be a single, 821. So that'll bring home 1 run, and it'll bring home 2 runs. So Jackson scores from third, Lindor scores from second, and Ramirez moves up to second, and Cleveland leads 2-0. Almonte up now, Abraham Almonte, hitting .282 with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in the replay. Hitting .298 with a homer and 6 runs batted in real life through 4 weeks. So he'll need a 553 and above to get on base. And another single, so they're really hitting Gibson hard. And is Ramirez going to take the extra base? And yes, this time he does take the extra base, and he's safe. So Castro can't make the tag in time. So runners will move up, so Brantley to third and Almonte to second. So second and third, 3 runs in already for Cleveland. Carlos Santana up now. He's been struggling a bit, hitting .245 with 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. Not as bad as I thought. In the actual season, he's through 4 weeks, he's just hitting .224 with 2 homers and 16 runs batted in. So he's struggling so far. And I know in his June stats, he was still struggling. So let's see what he can do here. A couple runners in scoring position, 3 runs already in. He'll need a 606 and above to get on base. And he doesn't struggle here as he has himself a double. Brantley and Almonte come in, and it's 5-0 Cleveland. So Cleveland is off to a very fast start here. Still only 1 out. Yan Gomes hit just 176 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. Through 4 weeks of the season, he's hitting .250 with an RBI so far. Santana's on second, gets the lead. 644 and above will get him on base. 758 and above will most likely knock in the run. And he'll strike out. So finally the second out of the inning. Brings up Diaz, the third baseman. Hitting .271 with 2 homers and 10 runs batted in so far. 16 games. He only played 15 games in reality, so he's played above his real life stats. Interesting. Okay. So maybe there's an injury somewhere. And a single, so the hits continue, and Santana's going to come around the score. 6-0 now. And Gibson is still out there. I think we're going to have to take Gibson out. Let's see if we can get through 1 more out and settle down. I forgot and he strikes him out. So I forgot I was managing Minnesota, so it just turned red. So we get some action in the Minnesota pen as Cleveland puts up a 6 spot in the first inning. So Carrasco takes the mound, given a 6-run lead by his offense. And he's hitting, let's see, his ERA, he's got a record of 1-2, 3.66 ERA so far. These are the rest of the stats. And in actuality, through 4 weeks, it's ERA much better, 2.04, with a 2-2 record. So Castro step into the box first from Minnesota. He's the catcher, batting first. Batting second is Jorge Polanco, the shortstop. George Polanco. Miguel Sano, the young phenom, batting third. He's had some strong seasons for Minnesota already early in his career. The cleanup hitter Max Kepler, the right fielder, bats cleanup. Eduardo Escobar, the second baseman, will bat fifth. Brian Dozier, who hit, I believe, 42 home runs last year. I don't think I have it in here, but is batting way down in the sixth spot, so he must have been struggling a little bit so far this season. Is DHing today. Eddie Rosario, the left fielder, bats seventh. Joe Mauer, the veteran, way down at number 8, is playing first base today. And Byron Buxton, the center fielder, bats ninth. And you can see his numbers are struggling so far. These are his, I think, replay numbers. Actual numbers. So these are his splits, which are really low. So that's probably why he's batting where he's at. So alright, so Castro comes to the mound. Carrasco takes the... Castro comes to the plate. Carrasco takes the mound. I'll get that right. So Castro is hitting 200 in the actual season with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in through 4 weeks. And simulated stats so far, 245 average with a homer and 9 runs batted in for Castro. Carrasco delivers. So Polanco, fisted to third base. Diaz charges it and throws to Encarnacion for the first out. Alright, next up will be Jorge Polanco. Get his stats next time. And that's Mr. Brody, our co-host there. And that's Mr. Miller, our play-by-play announcer, interrupting our replay here, but that's okay. So, alright. So, let's see. So, Mr. Brody there with his color commentary. So, Sano is up in the box now with 2 outs and nobody on. Comes into the replay so far, hitting just 167 with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in. Through 4 weeks of the season, he's hitting 316 with 7 homers and 25. So off to a fast start for the Twins, who are in first place in the AL Central. So they have a record of 10-5 so far in the season, and Cleveland struggling a bit so far. The defending AL champs, as we said, 6-9. And Gibson's back out there again, so we're going to get rid of Gibson there as he's tired already. He just lasted 1 inning, giving up 6 runs. So let's go to the pen here. And again, we're not using as-played lineups, we're using computer-generated lineups here. So that way we don't have to keep referring to Baseball Reference and whatnot. We just go by usage percentages here, based upon how much they were used in the first 4 weeks and how much we've used them. So we're going to need a long reliever here. And I'm going to check his durability here. We want a low number in the second one. So the first number is how many batters they can face and how many they face before they're tired here. So we don't want to do this guy because he's already tired. Santana, no, he's a starter. We want to get some guy who can go long relief now. Gibson, that's Gibson right here. He's only faced 10 batters, but he's already tired because he's given up 6 runs. Yeah, not much going for Minnesota here. Looks like Boschers is about our best bet here. Actually, could go Tonkin. Yeah, we can get either Tonkin or Tyler Duffy. I think we're going to go Tonkin. Nah, we'll go Duffy because he's only got 36% usage. So, alright, so coming in the second, our Twins already going to the pen. So Austin Jackson up now. Center fielder's hitting .267 with a homer and 2 runs batted in through 4 weeks of the season, but so far in the replay, hitting about the same, .226 with a homer and 2 runs batted in. Steps up to the plate, and he gets himself a double. So leadoff double for the Cleveland. So Cleveland continues where they left off. Duffy surrenders a double, and let's look at Duffy's numbers here. So his real life stats are, he's made, where is it? Yeah, he's appeared in 7 games in relief. 0-1 record with an ERA of 1.59 in the actual season. ERA of 1.80 so far in this season, in 5 appearances. So he'll face Lindor, who's already 1-for-1 with a run scored. 656 and above, and he'll get on. And a double. So back-to-back doubles, and Cleveland's brought home their 7th run. So Cleveland is all over Minnesota early on. Jose Ramirez walked and scored his first time up. Deep fly ball to right. Kepler dives and makes the catch. So Lindor tags and runs to third. Goes to third. So 1 out for Brantley, who's 1-for-1 with had an two RBI single in the first. Oh, and he hits this one deep, and it's going to go over the fence, and Cleveland takes a commanding 9-0 lead now on the 2-run homer by Lindor. By Brantley. So, wow. So, Minnesota has no answer for the Cleveland offense today. Almonte up now, 1-for-1 with an RBI. Minnesota Pens getting busy again. So, let's see. Hot shot to second. Escobar gloves it and throws Mauer for the out. So 2 outs. Carlos Santana up now, 1-for-1. Couple runs batted in, and he's got himself his 2nd hit of the day. So it's like a pinball machine here so far. This is like triple play baseball. It's like a video game so far. Polanco charges the ball and throws it to Mauer for the out. So Gomes is retired, and Cleveland puts up another 3 runs, and after 1.5 lead at 9-0. Kepler steps into the box for the Twins. He's the right fielder today, hitting .429 so far with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. Through 4 weeks of the season, he's hitting .280 with 2 homers and 10. So he'll probably cool off a bit. Twins don't need him to cool off now. Fly ball to left. Brantley rubs it down. 1 down. Brings up Eduardo Escobar, the second baseman. .235 hitter with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in. So far, he's hitting .209 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. And shallow pop to the catcher. This could be trouble for Gomes. And oh, he catches it. He makes the catch. So great catch by Gomes. So everything working well for Cleveland so far today. That's the 2nd out. Brings up Brian Dozier, the number 6 hitter. Let's see what he's done so far. Hitting .308 with 2 homers and 3 runs batted in. He's off to a slow start in the actual season, hitting just .242 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. 780 and above will get him on, and no, it's going to be a .486, and it's going to be an out. So that'll do it for the Twins. They go in order again. So, alright, so Tyler Duffy back out there again. I think we're going to, let's see if we can go another batter or 2. Diaz up first, 1-for-1. And a single. So Cleveland just keeps on hitting. Alright, Encarnacion up now, the free agent signing. He is 0-for-1 with a walk. And Duffy is officially tired. This will be his last batter. So it's ground ball to short. Polanco fields it, throws Escobar on the Maurer, double play. So finally something good happens for the Twins. 2 down now, and that's going to be it for Duffy, as he is tired, as are the Twins fans. Let's see here. We are going to bring in Michael Tonkin. So Tonkin's coming in for Duffy. So the pen is going to get used up today. So Tonkin is hitting as pitching. Let's see. So far in the replay, he's 1-0 with an ERA of 2.84. Through 4 weeks of the season, he's 0-1 with a 7.36 ERA. So he's definitely overperforming his real-life stats so far this year. Austin Jackson is 1-for-1 with a couple of runs scored already, just being the 3rd inning. And deep fly ball to left. Rosario floats back, comes back in now and makes the catch. So 1 down. So 7 in a row now for Carrasco. Brings up Rosario, a left fielder. 268 with 2 homers and 8 runs batted in. So far in the replay, hitting just 214 with 2 homers and 6 runs. So 784 and above would be a hit, and it's a 717, so just misses it. And Almonte makes the catch, didn't even have to move. So 1 down. Brings up Joe Maurer, number 8 hitter today. He's hitting just 225 on the season. And he is retired as Brantley makes the catch in left field. Brings up Buxton, number 9 hitter, hitting just 160 in the replay, with 1 run batted in. Actually, he did even worse in the actual season. 147 with a 1 RBI. Hits it to left, and first time through the order, Minnesota is retired in order. So Cleveland, Carrasco is definitely in control. Alright, Tonkin back out there. He'll face Lindor, 2 for 2 with an RBI, a couple of runs scored. And double now. Wow. So he gets in there under the tag. So a leadoff double. Ramirez walked and scored his first time up. Smoking fastball, deep fly to center. Buxton's there and makes the catch. 1 down. Lindor holds at second. Brantley up now, 2 for 2 with a homer and 4 runs batted in today so far. And this time he strikes out. So Monte up now, 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he's going to have himself it's going to go into the corner, and he's going to have himself a triple. As Lindor comes around the score, the 10th Cleveland run. So an RBI triple for Almonte. Brings up Carlos Santana, 2 for 2. A couple of runs batted in. And hot shot to short. Polanco's up with it over to Maurer, and that'll do it. But Cleveland tacks on another run and lead at 10-0 going to the bottom of the 4th. Castro up now, top of the order for Minnesota. Still looking for their first base runner. And they won't get it here as Carrasco strikes him out swinging. Polanco up now. And shallow fly ball to left. Brantley squeezes it for the out. Alright, Sano up now. 0 for 1, as is everybody else. Hot shot to right field. Oh, Almonte drops it. And they're going to give an error on the ball. So still not a hit. But Minnesota will have their first base runner. They'll take him any way they can get him, I guess. Kepler up now. See if they can do anything with a runner on first and 2 down. And nope. Deep fly ball to right. Long run for Almonte, and this time he dives and makes the catch. So he redeems himself and makes the catch. So the error does not hurt Cleveland. They still had plenty of room to spare, as it's still 10-0 after 4 full. So Gomes up now for Cleveland here in the top of the 5th. Tonkin back out there again, strikes him out. So Tonkin seems to have settled things down here for the Twins. Diaz up now, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Oh, spoke too soon there. This is a single. So 1-out single. Brings the power hitting Encarnacion 0 for 2 with a walk. And hot shot to short. Can they turn 2? Yes, they do. So 6-4-3 double play, and that'll do it for the Twins. I mean, for the Cleveland. Alright, so halfway through, it's 10-0. Minnesota's still looking for their first hit. Carrasco in full command here. Only base runner he allowed was a error by Almonte. Escobar up now. Oh. And there's the Twins' first hit. A double. So Dozier up now. See if he can knock in Escobar. And line drive to first, right at Encarnacion. He makes the catch. So 1 down. Rosario up now, 0 for 1. And it's a dribbler to second. Room service for Ramirez, throws Encarnacion for the out. Escobar will advance to third. Now with 2 down. Joe Mauer is unable to get the run home as he flies out to right. So the Twins get their first hit. I guess things are going to be real slow for the Twins today, but they better hurry up because they only got 4 innings left. Still a chance, though. And that's going to be it for Tonkin. He is done. Yeah. Let's see who we're going to bring in now. Slim pickings in the Twins bullpen right now. Must have had some long games earlier on. Let's see, huh? I guess we just got to bring in... We'll bring in the former Red Sox, Craig Breslow. Yeah, we'll bring in Breslow. Yeah. So he'll face Austin Jackson to lead it off. Normally a lefty specialist. He'll go on against the righty Jackson. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. And it's a slow dribble to third. Sano's up with it. And it's an error on Sano as he throws it away. So Jackson will reach on the error. Lindor up now. Deep fly ball to center. Buxton squeezes it for the out. So 1 down. Brings up Ramirez. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's going to have himself a single to right. Jackson's going to try to take the extra base, and he does. So 1st and 3rd now. As once again Cleveland is threatening to score. Brings up the lefty Brantley. He's 2 for 3 with a homer and 4 runs batted in. And Breslow gets him. So Almonte up now, also 2 for 3 with a couple of runs batted in. It's a shallow fly ball to left, and that'll do it. So Cleveland is kept off the board for the 2nd straight inning. Brings up Buxton. He'll lead it off. He's 0 for 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Almonte squeezed that one for the out. 1 down. Castro up now. Slow roll over to second. Ramirez charges it. Throws the Encarnacion for the out. 2 down. And that'll be a walk to Polanco, so 2-out walk. Brings up Sano. 0 for 2 on the day. And Carrasco gets him swinging. So, big swing by Sano, trying to tie it up all in one shot there. But he can't hit a 10-run homer. Alright, so let's see. So Breslow is officially tired, so I'll have to face Santana, so I think we're gonna, let's see. Who do we bring in now? Not much of a choice. Slim pickings here. I guess we'll bring in Matt Belisle. As fans are getting restless here. They're already started to file out of the stadium. Or I guess it might be a park in Minnesota. I believe it's called a park. I can't remember the name of it, but let's check with our play-by-play announcers here. Mr. Miller, what is the Twins ballpark called now? Do you know? He does not know. He is stumped. We have stumped him. I know the old form was the Metrodome, but I don't know what this great park is called now. I can't see any photos here, so I'm sure you guys at home are probably saying, I know what it's called. It's called blah blah blah, but I think it's Target Field. I think that's a winner there. We'll have to check after the game, but I believe that is a correct answer there. So thank you for our research analysis from the truck there. Mr. Brody barked him up the results there. Yeah, we'll check. Yeah, we'll check with the interns for that one. So all right. So let's see here. So Santana will go up against Belisle here. Belisle comes into the game in real life with a 5.91 ERA, no record, no decisions. And in the replay so far, this is his first appearance. So the Twins are having to go deep into their pen today. So 6:59 and above will get Santana on, and it's a roll at a second. Escobar's up with it over to Maurer, one down. Gomes up now. He's 0 for 3, one of the only Indians that is 0 for today. And as you can see here, there's 2 outs now, and Diaz, who's 3 for 3. So that's more common as Cleveland has banged out 14 hits and 10 runs. See if he can remain as perfect today. And no, as he flies out to the left. Deeply, though. Alright, so 7th inning stretch time here in Minnesota. More like 7th inning yawn time for the Minnesota fans. The ones that are still left here. Kepler will lead it off, followed by Escobar and Dozier. Carrasco still back out there. The Twins have only managed 1 hit against him. In fact, they've had more runners on. Oh, actually, let up 1 error, as Cleveland's let up 1 error too. So I thought it was Cleveland letting up 2 errors. I mean Minnesota letting up 2 errors, but they've only let up 1 on the one on Sano. So Kepler, shallow pop up to third, and Diaz will make the catch for the first out. So Escobar up now. 1 for 2. Hot shot to first, and Encarnacion reaches out and pulls it in. So 2 outs.
Getting back to the stadium. Twin Cities Target Field are interns, one from Harvard and one from Yale, working with us during the summer months. It is all over.
Hot off the presses. Yep, it's verified that it is Target Field in Minnesota. Target Field tickets. So you can get your Twins tickets. I don't know why you would want to get the Twins tickets, because they're, especially if they play like this. But they have started off the season at 10-5, so this is a rarity. Hopefully this is not a premonition of things to come for the season. But so Target Field tickets, center.com. It's 1-800-833-7698 for tickets. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thanks to our interns.
Thank you to our interns. I'm sorry, yes.
One from Harvard and one from Yale.
One from Yale. So, all right. So back to the action here, or inaction as far as the Minnesota Twins fans are concerned. So we head to the top of the 8th. Matt Belisle will face Encarnacion now. He is 0 for 3. Yeah, wow, Encarnacion goes 0 for 4. So both Gomes and Encarnacion are hitless on the day, despite Cleveland having 14 hits. So Austin Jackson up now, 1 for 3. Couple runs scored. And he'll strike out, so Belisle has set down the first 2 batters for the Cleveland here in the 8th. Lindor up now, 3 for 4, with 3 runs scored. And it's going to be a shallow fly to left. So the Cleveland goes in order in the 8th. Definitely something that's not happened that much today. So the few Twins fans that are left, give a mock clap. Rosario, Maurer, and Buxton. Twins need to do some work here as time is running out. They have yet to get on the board. I don't think they've even got a runner past second. I don't even know if they might not even have a runner to second. But definitely know they haven't gotten one past second. So Rosario up, 0 for 2. Hot shot to third. Diaz comes up with it, throws to Encarnacion for the out. So Maurer up now. And he strikes out, swinging. So Carrasco's still out there. That's his 5th K of the day. Only allowed 1 hit, 1 walk. 7 2/3 innings pitched. Buxton up now. We might go to the bench here, try to shake some things up. See if we can get somebody that can play the outfield. I think we're going to bring in Robbie Grossman, the pinch hit. A little early, but... well, I mean, not that early. So come in the pinch hit for Buxton. Robbie Grossman. Only the DH. In real life, he's hitting 267 with a homer and 8 runs batted in. So far in the replay, he's hitting 267. Exactly the same average with 2 homers and 5 runs batted in 15 games. So he steps into the box against Carrasco, and nothing doing as it's a called 3rd strike. So Minnesota goes in order. Let's see here. Center field. Grossman, I think, can play center field, right? No, we can't. Wow. Do we have another guy that can play center? No, I guess we can't. I thought we did. Let's see if any of these guys in here can play center. So Kepler, can he play center? Yes, he can. So we're going to bring in Kepler. He's played 1 game. We're going to move him to center. And we're going to put Grossman in right. There we go. That's easy. Boy, inside pitch could definitely take a page out of the book here for Digital Diamond Baseball. That was an easy switch. No crashing, no nothing. And we just simply changed the fielders and it was easy. Cool. So, alright. So, Grossman's now in right. Kepler in center. Moves over to center. And Belisle is officially tired, so we're going to pull him out. And who are the Twins going to go to next? Let's see. We're going to bring in Ryan Presley. Give him some work. Making his first appearance of the season. Twins going deeper and deeper into their pen. I have to have a position player pitch. Next game, the bullpen is going to be tired. So one thing I like too of this game is it carries over to the next game. So the Twins bullpen is going to be tired for the next game in the series. So Ramirez up now. 1 for 2 so far here in the Cleveland ninth. And a leadoff walk. Brings up Brantley 2 for 4 with a homer and 4 runs batted in. Ramirez gets his lead off first. And strike 3 called. Almonte 2 for 4 with a couple of ribbies. And a single. Grossman up with it. Throws it back in. Ramirez holds at second. Santana 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. And he'll strike out. He was fooled by that one. Didn't even get the bat off his shoulder. See if Gomes can get his first hit of the day. 0 for 4. And he doesn't. Hot shot to Sano. Throws on the mower for the out, and that'll do it. So it's Cleveland 10, Minnesota nothing, going to the bottom of the ninth. Carrasco is going to try for the complete game here. He's only let up 1 hit. So Castro will lead it off for the Twins. I think we're going to take him out. Yeah. We're going to pinch hit with the other catcher. And Chris Jimenez is also he must have came in as a pitcher, a mop-up guy, so we could have used probably him. So Chris Jimenez comes in. Hitting .316 in the replay so far with an RBI, 19 at bats. Hit just 167 with 2 runs batted in. So Carrasco deals. And smoking fastball, hard line drive to second. Ramirez picks it out of thin air. So that one was hit hard, right at Ramirez. So Polanco up now, 0 for 2 with a walk. That's a good day against Carrasco. Get on base anyway. So Diaz makes the play for the second out, and they're down to the last out with Sano. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Carrasco pitches, and here it is. It's a deep fly ball to right. Almonte is there, makes the catch. And mercifully, the game is over as the Twins are shut out by Cleveland and Carlos Carrasco by a score of 10-0. So definitely a gem on the mound by Carrasco as he pitches a 1-hitter. Wow. So Cleveland will improve to 7-9, and Minnesota falls to 10-6. Make it official. So let's check out the box score. Yeah, it's definitely a gem there, a star there, Carrasco. Could be the offense too. So let's see. Check out Carrasco. So he evens his record at 2-2. Pitches a 1-hitter. Who got the hit? Oops. Only hit is an Escobar. By Escobar, a double. Back in, I think, like the 5th or 6th inning, somewhere around there. So he pitches a 1-hitter, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. ERA improves to 2.51. Gibson takes the loss. Only lasted 1 inning. 6 runs allowed. All of them earned. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. ERA balloons to 8.56. So yeah, wouldn't settle down until Breslow came in the 5th inning. So the first 5 innings were a disaster for Minnesota as Cleveland did all their scoring within 4 innings. Let's see, let's look at that. Everybody had hits except for Encarnacion, went 0 for 4, and Gomes was 0 for 5. But everybody else had at least 1 hit. Hitting star would be Michael Brantley, who was 2 for 5 with 4 runs batted in, a couple runs scored, and a home run. So yeah, that is it. So our game is mercifully over for the Twins fans. Let's see when that hit was. I'm just kind of curious. let's see, top of the first, let's see, bottom. Let's see. Bottom of the first, let's see. Let's see, it's got to be here somewhere. Is that it right there? No, it's Cleveland. I think that's it right there. There it is right here. So that is the bottom of the fifth. Escobar. Yeah, Escobar got a lead off. A 1-out double. No, actually 2-out. Oh, lead out. Yeah, it was lead off double. Yeah, lead off double for Escobar. Here it is right here. So, alright. So, thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. We will see you in the next Digital Diamond version 6 2017 replay. And we'll try to play a game probably from April 21st. So, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.